Hello, hello, high level listeners. Do you ever just feel meh and want to express yourself a little bit better in English? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to High Level Listening, our English learning channel and podcast with real side by side American and British vocabulary. I'm Kat, your American teacher.
And I'm Mark, your British teacher here on High Level Listening. And we're back with another podcast episode for you today. And today we're talking about feeling, meh, just fine, just, normal,
Right.
not interesting, kind of boring, just meh.
Normal life, normal life. So that's it exactly. Last episode was all about feeling good or being in a good mood or feeling bad, being in a bad mood. But we had lots of students say, I don't know, I'm in the middle. I'm just okay. Or the one that we rarely use that we see in the textbooks, I'm so, and we almost never use that phrase. So we decided to talk today about not feeling good, but not feeling bad either.
Yes, exactly. So, like we're doing in all of season 5, you'll hear two side-by-side American and British stories. Kat's will be in American English and mine in British English. We'll explain the vocabulary, and then finally, you can hear the vocabulary again in a real back and forth dialogue. There's lots going on in this season's episodes.
And as an added bonus, we've got lots of ways to help you study and remember the vocabulary from our episodes. There are over 80 study guides ready for you in our PayHip store. Plus, if you become a high-level listening vocabulary member here on YouTube, you'll get weekly study guides and a brand new members-only vocabulary video where we'll chat a bit more about the vocabulary. Just sign up as a member in the YouTube link below.
Okay, so let's get started with today's stories. Kat will go first, and I'll ask, how was your day today?
Meh. Honestly, fairly uneventful. Didn't really do much. Wasn't really that into it today, so I just kind of trudged through it as per usual. I did have some plans this afternoon, but my friend canceled. No big deal, of course. So I'll probably just hang out at home. Same old, the usual. Well, honestly, all that to say, nothing really to report.
Okay, so a lot of words about nothing.
I know. We
This
have
is a good
so
episode.
many words to just say nothing. I didn't do anything today.
Right.
But because it's part of our daily life, we want to make it sound a little bit more exciting, right? So what about you, Mark? How was your day today?
I'd say it was a very unremarkable, meh sort of morning. I got out of bed and just went through the motions. Then at work, I was just plodding along, doing whatever needed doing. There hasn't been any real drama at work lately. Everything's been running as it should. Just the odd hiccup here and there, but no news is good news, I suppose. Okay, so you've heard two stories about very uninteresting normal days. There's a lot of vocabulary in here. Don't worry if you didn't catch everything the first time. We'll go back to the start and we'll go through them again line by line, and we'll focus on the best vocabulary and expressions about normal, boring, typical days. So back to the beginning of your story, Kat. How was your morning?
Meh. Honestly, fairly uneventful. Okay, so let's start with the first word, meh. Meh.
Meh.
Meh.
Meh.
Well, this is kind of a sound that we make when meh, nothing's really happening. I don't have anything to say. Meh. It's also a good word for kind of something in the middle, right? Just not good, not bad, not interesting, just meh.
Meh.
Honestly, fairly uneventful. So Mark asked me, how was your morning? Well, how was your morning? It was fairly uneventful. Fairly uneventful. A lot of my students really like this phrase because it describes their day perfectly. Well, fairly uneventful, honestly. That means nothing happened, right? No events, no gossip, no drama, nothing, just uneventful. That's okay. That happens most days, right?
Right, literally the opposite of events or
Yeah,
interesting
it
things.
was
Parties.
eventful. It was eventful. Lots of events happened, or it was fairly uneventful. Nothing really happened. What about you, Mark? How'd your day go today?
I'd say it was a very unremarkable, meh sort of morning.
Mm,
So I'd say it was a very unremarkable, meh sort of morning. So Kat used uneventful. A similar word is unremarkable.
mm.
Remarkable means special or quite different and interesting. A remarkable thing is also very impressive or unusual, but this was the opposite. Unremarkable means boring. There was nothing really memorable or interesting about the day. I said it was a unremarkable morning.
Mhm.
My sentence was longer. It was a very unremarkable meh sort of morning.
Oh, yeah, you have a
I'm
lot of
also
words.
using meh. Exactly. Meh. The spelling is M-E-H,
Mhm.
but meh morning, a meh sort of morning. That's the full expression. You could say a meh morning, and that's totally correct. A meh sort of morning is me just thinking of more words to say just to make it sound a little bit longer and more interesting. But the truth is, it was unremarkable and not interesting. So it was a very meh sort of morning. Okay, well, what did you get up to on your meh day?
Didn't really do much. Wasn't really that into it today. So I've got two good phrases here. Didn't really do much. Didn't really do much. Wasn't really that into it today. Wasn't really that into it today. So let's start with the first phrase. Didn't really do much. Now, you'll notice this actually isn't grammatically correct. I forgot my subject, but I'm talking about me. So I didn't really do much. Didn't really do much. We didn't really do much. I didn't really do much. When we use the negative in English, it is kind of common to use the word really. Not really that good. Didn't really do
Hmm.
much. It is kind of a way to soften it. I'm not really sure why I'm not really, see, I'm not really sure. I just did it naturally. I'm not really sure why we do it, but it is kind of a filler word that doesn't really change the meaning, but it is an extra little word that we use. So didn't really do much. Wasn't really that into it today. So I wasn't into it. I wasn't really that into it. If I'm into something, I'm motivated to do it. I'm excited about doing it. I'm into it, right? I'm into it. I like it. I'm not that into it. I'm not motivated to do it. I'm not energized, right? So I wasn't really that into it today. Okay, so Mark, tell me more about this unremarkable morning of yours.
Well, I got out of bed and just went through the motions. I got out of bed and just went through the motions. So again, I didn't have a special or unique morning. I woke up, got out of bed, and just went through the motions. That means I just did my normal morning routine. I went downstairs, I made a cup of tea, I had some toast, and then I left the house and went to work. That's what I do
Totally
every Monday to
normal.
Friday, right?
Same
I just went
routine.
through the motions. The motions are kind of your usual actions. Keep it these four words and keep the collocation. I went through the
Mhm.
motions. I can't think of another verb to put it with. It's just always go through the motions. I
I'm
went
going through the
through the motions
motions.
this
We're
morning.
just going through the motions. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Yep. And I'm doing what I normally do. So yeah, how was my morning? Uh, I don't know. I got out of bed and just went through the motions. All right. Well, I guess sometimes you just do what you got to do. Just have a normal
Yeah,
life.
honestly, I just kind of trudged through it as per usual. Okay, so I've got two phrases here. So I just kind of trudged through it as per usual. Now, it here could be my day, my work, something like that, my morning. I just trudged through it. So if you trudge through something, it means you do something even if you don't want to. Okay. Gotta do it. I gotta do it. It If you trudge through the snow, you're kind of walking through the snow. So if you can kind of imagine doing something you don't want to do, you're like, okay, yeah. All right. Well, I just
Mm,
have to do it.
mm,
So I trudged through my morning. I trudged through work. Now, this is a good phrase that I almost only hear verbally. I've actually never seen it written out as per usual. As per
yeah,
usual.
I like this
This
one.
is a really good phrase. It means as per usual or as per usual. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing it stands for.
Mm.
As per usual. As per usual. And again, I've never seen this really written down. You could spell it UZHE. You could spell it, I don't know,
I saw it just USE. Oh,
YOOZHE. Yeah.
all right.
Right. But it's kind of a newer word. So obviously you won't see this in textbooks because we don't even know how to write it. So our two
Mm,
phrases, I've just kind of trudged through it as per usual, which means that's the normal thing I do as
mm.
per
Yeah, I
usual.
feel like it's like definitely a way to stress that it was really normal and not interesting. If you said as per usual, I feel like you're extra focused on that it was not exciting or not different.
Absolutely. Or if a friend is late, as per usual. It's usually for
Right.
negative
Yeah.
words. It's usually for negative
Mm,
actions and
that's
things
true.
like that. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. What about you, Mark? What happened at work today? Come on, give me something. Give me something. I'm dying here.
Well, then at work, I was just plodding along, doing whatever needed doing. So then at work, I was just plodding along, doing whatever needed doing. So, yes, Kat said trudged through it. I have a similar phrase. At work or in the office, I was just plodding along. I think plodding is a similar way of walking as trudging. It's kind of slow, a bit heavy. You're not really thinking much about what you do. You're just going through the motions. Maybe it's a very, very familiar task that you've done many, many times before, and you're just doing the same thing again, checking the emails, replying to some messages, logging onto a meeting, and just plodding along. I feel like I only use this as a figurative phrase to mean I was doing something kind of boring. So don't take it literally. And I was just doing whatever needed doing. This is actually the passive voice. I was doing whatever needed doing. If you put need and then the next verb is a gerund, it's the passive voice. So I was doing whatever needed to be done by me or by us, and I was doing whatever needed doing. So you might hear this when someone's, oh, that food needs eating. That food needs to be eaten. Or maybe, oh, this door needs fixing. This door needs to be fixed. So this is actually a passive construction. But again, I want to say it shortly and quickly because it's not interesting. Just doing whatever needed doing. You want me to do that? Okay, I'll do it. Or this needs to be done. Okay, I'll do that. Just like a normal day at work. All right, so it sounds like you've finished work or you've got through it. Do you have any plans for later in the day?
Well, I did have some plans this afternoon, but my friend canceled. No big deal, of course. Okay, so I was talking about how boring and how not interesting my day was, right? But I did have some plans this afternoon. So why am I saying I did have some plans instead of saying I had some plans? Because I'm really trying to emphasize that, wait, I did have some plans. Oh, but my friend canceled. So it's a really good way to show I did in a positive way, but then she canceled in a negative way. So it's a really good way to kind of push the positive a little higher so that I can introduce a negative side.
It's like, I do have an interesting life, like
I
promise.
do, I do,
I
but
do interesting things
not
sometimes.
really. but not really. So I did have some plans this afternoon, but my friend canceled. My friend canceled. She said, "I'm sorry, I can't go this afternoon." Okay, no big deal. No big deal, of course. No big deal is kind of like no problem. Yeah, no worries, no problem, no big deal. These are really good phrases for I don't care that much. It's
It's no
not a
big deal.
problem. It actually doesn't bother me, even though it's meh. Okay, well, no big deal. No big deal, of course. It's okay to cancel. I don't,
right.
I'll
We'll
just
just
be
meet
bored
another
at
day.
home. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine. No big
It's
deal.
fine. Add it to the day, add it to the boring day. Okay, so anything interesting happening at work, Mark?
There hasn't been any real drama at work lately.
Bummer.
Oh, nice try. Yeah, there hasn't been any real drama at work lately. So again, we're searching for something interesting, something exciting, and that's the word drama. Drama is obviously a type of show and entertainment, but when you're talking about your life, drama in my life is interesting things. It could be gossip, it could be problems, it could be arguments, incidents, emergencies. All of that is drama. People love talking about drama or sharing my drama. If something does happen at work, you could say, "Oh, there was some drama at the office today," and then explain what happened. But for me, there hasn't been any real drama. Real drama would be serious problems or really serious incidents. Drama's uncountable. That's why I'm saying there hasn't been any drama. There is no drama. There hasn't been any real drama at work lately. So, yeah. Okay, well, since your friend cancelled, what are you going to do instead?
Probably just hang out at home. Same old, same old. You know, the usual. Some of these phrases are also meant to be, I'm not sad. I'm not sad my friend canceled. I'm not fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. So often we do use multiples of these phrases. Oh, I'll probably just do this, same old, the usual. Sometimes if you hear somebody overusing these phrases, check if they're okay. Check if they're okay. They might actually be a little sad and they're just trying to cover it with some boring phrases, right? Okay, so I'll probably just do this. Now, I actually shorten this word because my script is a little bit more relaxed. I'll prolly, Prolly. And I spell it like this too when I'm texting friends. Oh yeah, I'll probably just do this. Or I'll probably just go somewhere, or I'll probably just stay at home. I will probably, instead of probably, I'll probably just do this. I'll probably just hang out at home. Same old, same old. Yes, we do repeat this phrase. Same old, same, or same old, same old. It is a phrase we use just, what I do every night. Same old, same old, same old, the usual.
The usual.
I do the usual. Mark, I was really hoping for a little bit of work gossip. There's nothing at all, nothing at all happening.
No, everything's been running as it should. Just the odd hiccup here and there. So everything's been running as it should. Just the odd hiccup here and there. So yes, there hasn't been any real drama because everything's been running as it should. This phrase is focused more on work. I wouldn't use this for my family life, but if I'm talking about work, running as it should means going like normal, like we want it to. The project's been running as it should. The work has been running as it should. Just the odd hiccup here and there. A small problem is a hiccup. Hiccups are those things where you can't breathe, or every 2 seconds you go, a hiccup. A small problem is a hiccup. The odd hiccup is maybe just 1 or 2, a very small number. So the odd hiccup here and there. So occasionally there are small problems, but they're not really major drama because everything's been running as it should. Okay, last part of your story then. Sounds like a fairly uneventful day overall.
Yeah, honestly, all that to say, nothing really to report. This is a good phrase, nothing to report. Hey boss, how's it going today? Oh, nothing really to report. Nothing interesting happened. So there is nothing to report. Nothing really to report.
Hmm.
All right, well, Mark, I didn't get any good information, no good gossip, no drama. So I guess that sounds fine then.
Yeah, well, no news is good news, I suppose. No news is good news. That's the phrase. If nothing interesting happened, nothing exciting happened, there was no drama, sometimes that can be a good thing. It means there were no problems, at least. It means there was no stress. So if you haven't had a very interesting few days or weeks, you can say this to show that you're not sad about it or unhappy. No news is good news, I suppose. This is how I talk to my dad. Sometimes we don't talk to each other for like months and nothing interesting happens. And we check in and I'm like, well, no news is good news, I suppose. So if you still think this is a good thing and that it's okay that you're not having a stressful life, this is your phrase. No news is good news.
Okay, so now that we've gone over all the vocabulary, let's hear the stories once more.
So, Kat, how was your day today?
Honestly, fairly uneventful. Didn't really do much, wasn't really that into it today, so I just kind of trudged through it as per usual. I did have some plans this afternoon, but my friend canceled. So, no big deal, of course. I'll probably just hang out at home. Same old, the usual. Well, I guess all that to say, nothing really to report. All right, Mark, so how was your day today?
I'd say it was a very unremarkable meh sort of morning. I got out of bed, just went through the motions, and then at work I was just plodding along, doing whatever needed doing. There hasn't been any real drama at work lately. Everything's been running as it should, just the odd hiccup here and there, but no news is good news, I suppose.
So let's go through some conversations or some dialogues. Now, this first one is a dialogue with friends. Probably the only phrase that I wouldn't use at work is as per usual. That's definitely more for friends.
Hey, Kat, how was your morning?
Honestly, fairly uneventful. Didn't really do much.
Okay, just trudged through it.
Yeah, as per usual. I had some plans, but they got canceled. No big deal, though.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, if you don't have anything going on, do you want to hang out or something?
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Okay, and here's a second dialogue, but this one is between two colleagues at work.
Morning, Mark. How's it going?
Pretty unremarkable, honestly. Just going through the motions.
Thing interesting going on in your department?
No drama lately. We're just plodding along.
Well, no news is good news, right?
Indeed.
All right, so there you go. Some natural everyday phrases all about having a very normal, not very interesting day. If you want to take your studying to the next level, check out our pack of study guides on PayHip for all of our vocabulary podcast episodes. Or join us as a vocabulary member here on YouTube for weekly updates and extra members-only videos.
Yes, that's right. And now it's your turn. We'd love to hear from you. How was your morning? Or how was your day? Are you also feeling a bit meh? See if you can use some of the words and expressions from this episode. We read and reply to every single one, so it's a great chance to practice.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.